So Ryan and I, you know what? We thought it would be really fun to take a trip down memory lane and to kind of showcase some of the events that we basically have gone to, where we started. It's been an amazing opportunity for us to use this platform, and again, it's sort of a little bit of a blast from the past, and we thought it would be really fun to, again, kind of take a gander at some of the things that we had endured on the red carpet, starting from our very first event, which is the Nun. I mean, this was really funny because not only were we super excited to attend this event, but we obviously had never done red carpets before. We're like looking at all the other outlets like lined up on the red carpet, and we're just like, so is somebody gonna tell us where we go? Like, we just figure this shit out? Like, what do we do? So we found like Bloody Disgusting on the red carpet on the ground, and we were like, oh, okay, we belong here. The way red carpets are is they have like all the top media outlets kind of in the beginning, and then they kind of have more of like the web outlets towards the end, and that's kind of where we land, you know? I had conjured up no questions. I literally went there, no script. And I felt so, after the fact, I was like, I went into this fully unprepared. I hated myself after that event. I was literally like, you stupid you didn't write out any questions for any of the cast. And Ryan and I had not seen the film. So we're going into this talking to people about a film that we had no idea. Like rolling into other events, which is funny because again, it starts out, you're like, all right, guns a-blazing, right? You go down with a bang. And then we got to troll into other events that maybe weren't so fruitful. Half of the struggle was that Ryan and I, you have basically 2 minutes to talk to everybody that's coming down the red carpet. It feels overwhelming at times when they start rolling them out and you see the first couple and you're like, this is great. Again, after the first one, I started to conjure up questions. I actually took some time to like thoughtfully write out like, okay, if I run into so-and-so, I will be able to pinpoint this, this, and that. Every single media outlet is needing to talk to this person as well. So you have their publicist that's literally guiding them and giving each media outlet a few minutes. It was such a challenge to like make sure that we spoke to everybody that we needed to and have enough time. Because again, sometimes you would only get one question or sometimes we wouldn't get any. You take the good with the bad is Halloween. Obviously 2018 was so wildly successful for us because again, we were able to talk to everybody, and Jamie Lee Curtis to me is such an icon, like a woman that I look up to, again, not for being like literally the world's best scream queen, but she like everything she embodies with empowering women and all that stuff I really appreciate. So like again, being able to chat with somebody like that, I'm just like, Universal Horror Nights, Ryan and I are very on. So here's, again, just the difference really quick is when Ryan and I do Universal Horror Nights, we have an escort and we rattle off the mazes that he and I want to go through alone. So they have to basically, like, the park is now open. This is like their opening night. They have to cut the line off and then let him and I go through solo before they let people in order to get our coverage. And so again, you're forced to be on like a lot, you know, and it's very tiring. You're like this because the escort, our like PR person is from Universal. They're literally like, all right, we gotta move, like, you know, and this isn't a bad thing. I'm just saying it's, hey, we gotta be on and we gotta go through all these mazes like with this escort in order to get all of our coverage immediately. You roll right from the red carpet into these mazes to get your coverage, and it's a lot. There is a very strict itinerary that we have. Horror Made Here, Warner Brothers, equally as fantastic, but literally no holds barred. Like Ryan and I, there wasn't a red carpet there. We just knew we had to cover the event. But what we did know was that a lot of our celebrity friends, and again, this was just really cool having met these people along the way thus far. And again, Bonnie Aarons from The Nun, John Brotherton from The Conjuring, we were able to hang out with them almost our entire time while covering Horror Made Here on the Warner Brothers lot. And that was such a treat. And Ryan and I didn't have the itinerary that we had at Universal.
I think Warner Brothers was my personal favorite.
It is your favorite.
Because we had no schedule.
Yeah.
And it purely was experience. Me being like, oh, I can just document everything with a camera instead of just being like, I have to work. And it's like, just document where everything looks cool.
Yes, it's so true, you guys, because again, like when we're walking through these things alone, just the two of us, he's having to go backwards. And at Universal, it'll be like the escort is actually behind Ryan holding his backpack, escorting him through the maze so he doesn't just run into like somebody chopping someone's head off or something. I like the Scary Movies experience, which was really, really, really cool. And God, that was an experience in itself too, because we went into that not knowing. We knew they were like photo ops and sets built for, you know, it was like 5 or 6 movies. But when we got there, we were like, I'm sorry, this place is f***ing huge. Like that was definitely for me like an experience in itself. Obviously, it's been a while since Ryan and I have had the opportunity to attend any red carpets due to COVID, but it's like we've been blessed now with Hello Horror, and here we are today. So again, I hope that you guys kind of enjoyed this little sneak peek behind what goes into when we do event coverage.